social networking platforms have expanded rapidly over the last decade. Websites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram allow users to communicate online, build new connections, and sustain existing relationships. By 2015, Facebook alone reported more than 1.39 billion users worldwide, with around 890 million people logging in each day. Research indicates that online relationships often function differently from those formed face-to-face. This section explores two of these differences: the generally higher levels of self-disclosure found in online interactions, and the idea that the Internet removes certain barriers, known as gates, that can restrict relationship development in real-life settings. Durad, 1971, introduced the concept of broadcast self-disclosure to explain how sharing information in public spaces differs from revealing personal details to a romantic partner. Users of social networking sites, such as Facebook, adjust how much they reveal depending on whether the audience is private or public. People feel more comfortable sharing highly personal or sensitive information in private messages because they have greater control over who sees it. In contrast, when posting on public feeds, like a Facebook wall, they typically reveal less intimate information. In situations where they cannot control who views the content, individuals compensate by carefully controlling what they choose to disclose. Why is self-disclosure often higher online? Most explanations focus on the psychological impact of anonymity. People are normally cautious about sharing personal information until they feel confident that what they disclose will remain private and will not be shared with others. In face-to-face interactions, self-disclosure carries risks. The other person might break confidentiality or react negatively, potentially leading to rejection or embarrassment. Online anonymity significantly reduces these risks. Because users feel less identifiable, they are more willing to express personal thoughts and emotions without fear of judgment or negative consequences. Rubin's strangers on a train phenomenon, 1975, is useful here. People often disclose more to strangers they are unlikely to meet again. Similarly, in online contexts, the other person typically lacks access to the individual's social circle, making breaches of confidentiality less likely. Gating in offline relationships. In everyday, face-to-face interactions, certain personal characteristics, such as physical appearance, mannerisms, age, or ethnicity, can influence who we approach and who we form romantic bonds with. These features act as gates, limiting opportunities for people who are shy, socially anxious, or considered less physically attractive. What happens when these gates are removed? In online relationships, these typical barriers are usually absent, especially early on. Because users initially interact without seeing each other, people who might struggle in offline situations have more opportunities to develop connections. The absence of gating cues means that individuals are often able to express their true self more freely online, which can support the development of close and meaningful relationships. Zhao et al., 2008, suggested that online social networks allow individuals who feel gated in offline life to express the identities they wish to project, but find difficult to communicate in person. The reduced presence of gating cues also makes it easier for people to slightly exaggerate or refine aspects of themselves to appear more socially desirable. Yerkesin et al., 2005, who interviewed 11 online daters, found that many presented both their genuine selves and an improved version of themselves in dating profiles to attract potential partners. Some even admitted to borrowing ideas or using others' images to increase their appeal. However, Yerkesin also noted that most online identities still remained close to the individual's real self, to avoid awkwardness if an interaction eventually moved offline.